What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Runescape 3, and this is episode 4. Now, I put a decent chunk of time into doing questing in this last week, and I don't want to say it's paying off, but I've got a lot of quests done. I did this Stolen Hearts and Diamond in the Rough. This is over in Al-Kharid. That's a pretty cool story. It's like two quests that kind of one continues from the other, and it tells a pretty cool story. I don't know where this goes. I'm assuming there's more to the story down the line, but it was a pretty cool storyline. Let's see. I also did Impressing the Locals, From the Acorns, I think, Let Them Eat Pie, What's Mine is Yours, and the Night Sword. So I did a bunch of quests. It was all over the place, and some of the quests that I did following up with that was the Jungle Potion in the Shiloh Village. Those I did for specific reasons. Some of the other ones I just did some quests. But needless to say, I've got a bunch of quests done. I found out where you could get the, right outside of Varrock. Right outside of Varrock, I found out where I could get some, you turn in quest points, you get some rewards or something like that. So I found out where I could turn those in, and I turned that in. Let's see. I did the giant oyster. I went out there. They said I've got like 21 days to wait and come back. So I've got to wait on that. But I've been spending a lot of time over at Al-Kharid, or the Caradet, over here. I've been spending a lot of time at the Caradet dig site. Now, I was spending a little bit of time over here at Everlight. Yeah, Everlight. I was spending some time over there. But the Caradet thing has those little pylons that you collect, and you turn 10 of those into the shadow anchors and power those up. And I was kind of working towards that. There's you have to get, there's 8 or 10 different anchors, so you got to get enough to power all the anchors up. And then once you do that, it unlocks a table in the middle. So I did all that. The table's way beyond anything I can do. It's like level 90 or 100 or something like that. It's way beyond my archaeology skill. But I at least got those powered up. And in the course of doing that, I found some other things. There's some stuff in the basement of that you eventually dig up, like these Pontifex signet rings, the Legatus pendant, the curse tablet. So I needed to get some various components. So some of the quests that I did, like Jungle Potion and Shiloh Village, and actually even Impressing the Locals, was to get me into certain things that I could get components for. Number one, Jungle Potion, you have to go into Jungle Potion. No, I don't want to move. Why am I moving? I don't want to do that. No. I'll click that button. I can't remember where Karamja. So I come over here and I do Jungle Potion, which was something up in this area up here. And that basically gets you the quest that unlocks this Shiloh Village quest. Or this quest unlocks the Shiloh Village quest, so you got to kind of meander down through the forest down to here, and then work out this quest down here. And once you get this quest done, you get access to Shiloh Village. Well, what's in Shiloh Village is this mining here, which has got the emeralds, rubies, and diamonds. Well, you can't get access to this unless you do the Shiloh Village quest. So I spent some quality time and did those two quests, got this unlocked, and then spent some quality time, really quality time, going from like level 50, 51 crafting to level 55. What I was hoping to get was the ability to cut Dragonstone, but Dragonstone themselves, I can't remember where they're at exactly. I don't believe I have access to Dragonstones. I went and looked at I still don't really understand the Grand Exchange, but I went and looked at that. Didn't immediately find them there. I don't think you can actually browse for things on the Grand Exchange. I think you can it seems to me like you just put up an offer and say, hey, I want this, and then somebody fills it or something like that. I don't know. I haven't really gotten that far with it. But over here, I found out there's I guess I shouldn't have went in there, but this person right here is a gem store assistant. I found out they sell that Dragonstone. So what I got out of the deal is between the Shiloh Village and the Impressing the Locals, I needed soapstone curse tablets for this thing. That's what I needed to finish this off so I could get this done. But then for the signet ring and the Legatus pendant, I found out these things are actually items on your toolbar. And once you get these things repaired, which is what I needed the Dragonstone for, I went over here and I was looking it up. I thought, well, I can't actually go mine the stones I couldn't mine the gems wherever they're at because they're in an area I don't have access to yet. But then it said you could purchase them over here. And I thought, well, hell, I got that right over there. So there they are. Boom. I don't know where this person came from, or if they've been here this whole time, or if they came along with as I've been constructing this area, but I now have the Legatus pendant and the Pontifex signet ring and that cursed tablet for whatever that's all worth. But I spent a decent amount of time getting those items done. And like I said, I did some of these other quests like Stolen Hearts, Diamond in the Rough. Stolen Hearts took an evening. It was like an hour and a half. So pretty much by the time I did my dailies and then did that quest, that was my whole evening of RuneScape, was just doing that. But I've been doing a lot of questing. I've been working on a lot of the archaeology stuff. One gripe that I have, and I don't know that there's a solution to it. It's just the way it's built. But like if you go to, say, Caradet, and then you've got the Everlight, and then you've got this Infernal Dig site here. They all have different levels. Like they kind of layer together. So you do some of the dig site or the Infernal Dig site, and then you come over to Al Kharid, and then you come over here to Everlight, and then you kind of bounce around. And I kind of wish these dig sites were layered in their own self so that you could dig out the area and just stick with a particular area and work on it. Because I don't remember if there's a story or anything with these particular ones. I don't remember anything going on with Al Kharid as far as lore. I know that in the Infernal Source or the Infernal site up here, there was some really cool stuff going on. I kept finding pages to books and reading about the story. And then I had to go down here because the Al Kharid was the proper leveling place to go. And then I went over to Everlight and I got some cool stuff over there. But I don't remember what any of the story is on any of this stuff. Now I'm going to have to go back and read all those books again and try to figure it out. I wish it was a little more continuous to where you could just focus on one dig site and go through that. Maybe if one was level 1 through 40 or something, I don't know, whatever. It's a complaint that I know will never get fixed because we're this far into the game, but it's a complaint nonetheless. So anyway, total aside there. But I did spend some quality time working on archaeology some more, and I did a bunch of questing. I did go out and do the giant oyster. I think it said I have to wait 21 days now, or whatever I'm down to, 18 days, something like that. I don't know when it tells you, but I still have to wait for that thing to give me whatever it's going to give me. Like I said, I got my crafting up to level 55. I basically just went to that one site, mined up the, emeralds, rubies, and diamonds, and just kept crafting those over and over again. So I have a decent stack wherever my crafting supplies are. I have a decent stack of diamonds, emeralds, and ruby. I guess red topaz. Maybe not rubies. Well, maybe it was rubies. I don't know. The red, the green, and the white. Whatever combination of that stuff was over there. So I got a bunch of those. Let's see. I talked about the Legatus Pennant, the Caradet dig site. One thing I did unlock, I was cruising around on the purchase site because we've got all the... it's not there. This stuff. The loyalty points. So I was trying to figure out what loyalty points were and what they did, and I found out that they do the auras. So I was looking at auras, and I ended up getting this Supreme Jack of Trade. So I bought like 2 or 3 of the, three of the auras I think I bought. I think there's one more beyond this that I don't have the loyalty points for. But I ended up buying this, and what I've been doing is waiting for my daily stuff to pop up, and then I pop this thing and do my daily stuff. And that seems to go fairly quickly. It doesn't take very long to get that. And then I get some XP or something out of it. So I've been dumping stuff into that. Mostly magic, because I think the archaeology site that I'm supposed to be at is Senetson, and I think I need like magic of 60. So I've been trying to focus more on like rune crafting and magic and stuff like that and working on that. So it's kind of where I've been going. Demonheim, I did some dungeoneering. I've been doing, like, when it comes up like this for my daily, I've been doing the small version of it. And for the most part, it's like 5-6 rooms. It's not that big. You go through it and you spend about 20 minutes on it and it's done. I had one the other day that everything finally clicked for me with dungeoneering. I've kind of not just like, whatever. It's kind of not that interesting. But I had it click, and I actually did one of these earlier today just to do it, and I spent over an hour in the thing. I did one of the medium-sized ones. So the one that I did the other day, I think at most prior to this, I'd only ever had maybe 2-3 keys. It wasn't very many, and it wasn't very many rooms, so you could blow through it fairly quickly, maybe in about 30 minutes and you're done. Well, the one that came up the other day was really cool. It had all kinds of stuff, and maybe I'm now leveled up enough. Maybe I'm now understanding dungeoneering in the game a little better. But I had things like mining and smithing, and rune crafting was available. I did divination was in there. Like there was a whole bunch of different things that I could do all at once, where I could craft some gear, I could get some resources, and then get the resources, craft the gear, that kind of thing. And it all just kind of clicked together. And dungeoneering, instead of being something that just looked, whatever, I don't care about it, it actually clicked, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like this. So I kind of dug that, and I was in there earlier today, and some of my Slayer tasks were in there, these ice giants. So I got a couple of free kills off of that. So that was really cool. And like I think I pointed out earlier, I now have the sleeping quarters tier 3. So all of this is done. One thing that's left is the spa, the Hunter's Lodge, Slayer's Lodge, and the Player Lodge. And these are all waiting on level 70 of agility, hunting, Slayer, and construction. So it's been a pretty cool week. I've spent quite a bit of time trying to spread out a little bit. I spent some time working on divination. I spent some time working on rune crafting. I went out and mined up some rune essence and did some air and fire runes, which I know is not necessarily the most optimal way of doing it. I'm still trying to figure the Grand Exchange out. But I've really tried to spread out a little bit and learn a little more about some of the aspects of the game that I've kind of just ignored or just dumped XP lamps into. So, I don't know. That is where I am currently. And what I'm going to keep doing is more questing, more daily tasks, and that kind of thing. So, that will do it for this one. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.